Hello, my name is Jay Jurden. I am an actor and a stand-up comedian and a writer in New York City, and I attended the University of Alabama from the years 2012 all the way to 2015. And my interaction with Theatre Tuscaloosa is that I was in the chorus for Bye Bye Birdie the summer of 2013. So yeah. I do stand up, and part of the reason I do stand up in New York City is because of my actor training. When I was in Tuscaloosa, one of my projects was supposed to be like this 15-minute one-man show, and my professor, after she saw it, she was like, "It's very funny," and I was like, "Whoops." And so then I realized that I definitely was leaning towards more of becoming a comedic storyteller with like a really punchy joke. So I moved to New York and I didn't have any control, I felt, over where or what I was doing as an actor. And so to seize some of that career autonomy, I decided to do stand up comedy because I could do it when I wanted, how I wanted, and I just treated my set the same way I would treat a script as an actor. So that's kind of how I got into it. Well, my actor training helps inform a lot of my comedic choices, and my comedic choices definitely help me bring out some of the funny that might be on the page. So, as an actor, I'm very respectful of the script supervisor and the person who wrote whatever I'm doing. Like the writer was on set for the episode of High Maintenance I was on, and I love that because you get kind of insight, but also you want to honor their text and not play around too much unless that's the vibe they set up. As a comedian, you're the writer and the actor, so it's cool to put on both of those hats. So you write the joke, and you test the joke, see if it works, and you write it again, or maybe you finesse it, maybe you tweak it a little bit. So it's fun, and I think that I always knew I was going to do both, but it's really fun to officially get to say I do both.
It's as if God said, your teeth will be straight, but you won't.
What advice would I give someone who might want to do what I do? Get a very flexible survival job. I was a personal trainer when I first moved to New York City, and that saved my butt so many times because I could train people at night, I could train people in the morning, I could train people in the afternoon, and I kind of definitely created my own schedule. So get a good survival job and have a really good support system. As a comedian, when you first start off, you have to do these things called bringer shows. You have to have enough friends to actually attend a bringer. So it's like a 10-person minimum, sometimes bringer, sometimes 5 people. Have enough friends and be nice to enough people that they won't screw you over by not attending your show because you might not get to perform if you don't have enough people. So have a survival job and have a support system in the city, emotionally, I would say. How have I maintained my career during the pandemic? I was lucky enough that I have like an okay camera. I got a ring light. Shout out Instagram. I was lucky enough that I was able to maintain a lot of industry momentum and heat during the pandemic because stand-up was able to happen online. A few people from the University of Alabama and Tuscaloosa watched me do one of my stand-up sets for Nowhere Comedy Club, which was an online comedy service. It's kind of in the middle of all this. I want to say in June. And I've been able to maintain it, but I've been able to maintain my schedule because as a comedian, I know I could do Zoom shows, and then outdoor shows opened up and we had a lot of stuff to talk about. As an actor, it's really taught me how to be very good at self-tapes. So I hope that answers the question. Self-tapes. Whenever I'm able to walk into a casting office that isn't this office, I'm gonna be so happy. Oh my God. They could be like, Jay, we don't want to ever see you again. I could be like, it was a pleasure to be here. Thank you for the opportunity.
Something recently happened to me that I feel like we all can relate to. I'll go ahead and say it. My boyfriend wants to adopt a pet raccoon. Yeah.
Performers hear no so many times. I heard no so many times. From a writing standpoint, I've heard no from every white man named Jim on network TV when it comes to being a staff writer. But every now and then, I have to hold on to the joy and the excitement of those maybes and those yeses. And so that's something that is going to have to be a rule for me throughout my career. So I want everyone to just be very excited about the work that you're doing. If I didn't love my stand up, I wouldn't do it. I absolutely love what I get to talk about when I do my stand up. And when I get to create something for an audience, it feels like I'm doing a service. I'm of service. Acting, performing, stand up is a service industry in my mind. So just cling to the joy, especially after the 14 months that we've all had. Just cling to that joy and find something in being of service to people when you perform. Don't be a selfish performer. Buy my album, Jay Jurden, y'all. It's available on all streaming platforms. Watch my Tonight Show set, watch my Comedy Central set, and maybe, just maybe, I'm coming to Tuscaloosa. We'll see. I'm working on it with my agency and my manager, but bye.